It took me almost dying to stop and go, hey, this isn't worth it. Being big is not worth dying.
You're taking drugs, you're trying to get bigger and bigger and bigger, and you're getting sicker and sicker and sicker. That's bigorexia.
Hey everybody, Danny Hester, first ever Classic IFBB Pro Classic Physique Champion. I'm here to give you guys some instructions and show you how to train your legs suited for your body type. So I want to give you a lot of different variety of angles and speed and weight. Definitely don't forget your belt, keep that core nice and tight, stabilize, and it helps you actually breathe from up here and not so much from your stomach, which is very important, you know, especially when you're on stage competing. So let's get to it. So here's another variation of hitting some legs. It's very similar to like a sumo squat and a deadlift mix. I like it because I don't really try to put a lot of weight on top of my shoulders to compress my spine. Over the years, it's been affecting me, so there's a lot of good variations that you can do training the legs and getting the same movement and feel without having to compromise your spine. And so this is a really good one of mine. It really hits the glutes, you know, the hams, the quad, the outer sweep, you know, gets that core engaged. So Smith machine's always good for it because then I don't have to worry about the balance, you know, the core stabilization. I can just focus on the muscle itself and just get it in that sweet spot, and it'll just lock it in for me. It's very important with the Smith machine opposed to, you know, just a free bar.
What's the exercise called?
So this exercise is kind of a sumo squat deadlift. So it's a combination of both. And you know, the sumo squat is the wide stance, bending the knees, you know, just like a squat, but rather than having the weight on your shoulders, you're holding it like a deadlift. You know, you can switch the hands so you can keep the grip a little bit longer. When you go heavier, I like to just do both. You know, if my hands are a little bit tired, then I'll switch the grip, which, you know, lets you hold it a lot longer. So these Smith machines, a lot of them now, just for safety, they don't go all the way down. So what I have to do is I have to put, you know, either a platform or, you know, some weights or something to lift you a little higher. That way you can go nice and deep on these. So let me show you. Get your feet nice and wide, not too wide, probably a little wider than shoulder width, and then point the feet out and make sure the knees go right where the feet are, and keep the bar very close. So when you let the bar down, you're going straight. You're not leaning forward. You're going straight down, and it just barely misses the knees. And then when you come up, drive your hips in. Okay? Same thing. Drive the hips in, look up slightly. So you're squeezing and driving with your hips in and pushing with the quads, glutes. It's a great feeling. It really opens up your hips. Keep the stomach in, nice and tight. Make sure you have the belt on. And always bottom it, and then squeeze up. Go.
Usually, what's the rep range?
Whew. You know, when you first start off, go light, probably about 30% of your max and go about 20 reps, then increase it. The higher you go in reps, the lower you go. The higher you go in weight, the lower you go in the reps. And always increase by probably about 25% each time of your max. It's a good rule of thumb. So, incredible movement. Make sure you have a belt on. Keep your spine nice and straight. Make sure all the stress is going into your glutes, ham tie-in, and outer sweep. And really, when you come up, drive with the hips coming up. And that way you get a really good squeeze on the quad and the glute ham tie-in. And try to keep your back straight. And you can switch grips so you can hold on a little bit longer or use the straps. For me, overhand is nice and comfortable. I always like to keep everything symmetrical, So if you do the grips, make sure you switch every once in a while so, it does affect your body alignment a tiny bit. So always just keep everything even and balanced. So great movement. One of my favorite